Hey Shiba Inu friends, welcome back. I know a lot of you are an older generation, plus 35, some of you are 24. Do let me know down in the comments how old are you and if you're holding some Shib. But today we have some exciting news. I already talked about this, but first gaming related activity, I think that's many more to come. And the first thing, and is what I was talking about before, is actually getting youngsters in. Those who love playing video games, those who deserve an award, and 6,000, 3,000, and 1,000 in prize pool is a lot more than tournaments have around the world. And that's really important to know because not only will Shiba Inu members be joining this, not only is this a big social event, this is what I forgot to mention previously, but this also means that more people are going to be joining for this event to compete, to get more crypto. This is still a big event from what I'm seeing so far, and there's going to be a lot more. I'm really excited to talk about that, but there's still big whales among us. We do have a lot to talk about the news overall, really. If we see over here, this guy is holding 332,000 USD. So he made 95,000 from staking, and he's still holding, supporting my Shib family. He bought in even more, as you can see over here. And that's simply crazy to me. They are buying in big amounts from what I'm seeing so far. And they're getting massive profits as well. And only meme utility token in my portfolio. So there's still big Shiba Inu whales. They haven't sold off. If they sold off, this coin would be worth zero. So it's still alive to this day, which is something I'm really excited for. Obviously, you can see that there's more and more whales buying in, and it's only a matter of time before we get Bitcoin's huge explosion, and that's really cool. That's honestly really cool because we need whales. Now, we do have something to talk about. Even if you deposit 1 cent into Webull, link in the description, you will get 2 free stocks, and you have a chance to get $2,300. Isn't this amazing? And they'll be soon adding Shib, most likely, from the reports we got before. So buy or sell cryptos, buy or sell Bitcoin, Dogecoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and more with Webull crypto at $1 minimum. So even if you put in like 1 cent or $1 or $5, the best thing about this, you still get the rewards. So they're really exciting, to be honest. And there will be adding Shiba Inu. So not only will you get your 2 free stocks, but in the future, you will be able to purchase your cryptos as well. So link in the description, deposit, and that's it. It will take about a second. Now going on to more news from what we're seeing so far. If we check my rewards, Woofable Bone this week, 819. Woofable We Ethereum, like people are still getting their rewards. And was that due to bury or digging? I got around 50 bone or 7 Ethereum of 500,000 Shib buried, or 400 million, sorry. So he's on the bury screen. His numbers are not correct. So we can see here, people are still getting big rewards here. They might be, false, but someone getting 1,600, I think, or a lot of bone. Basically, people are getting a lot of bone so far. So that's really exciting to see once again. They'll be probably getting more and more as more bone will be in supply. And Woofable Ethereum, people are also getting their Ethereum out here because we do have some other news going on. Like, this is not over for Shiba Inu. Everyone is still getting their rewards. So, stay patient out there. If you can survive another 10 years, I do think you could get rich. So Bitcoin mining difficulty drops for 4 time in the row. Bitcoin mining difficulty has posted another negative adjustment on Sunday, with a difficulty rate almost halving since mid-May. Amid the ongoing crackdown on cryptocurrency mining in China, mining new Bitcoin continues getting easier as Bitcoin has experienced another mining difficulty drop. On July 18, the Bitcoin network posted its 4th consecutive negative adjustment of mining difficulty. So the Bitcoin mining difficulty drop is dropping once again, not as much as previously, because before it was minus 27% from what I remember so far. But wow, oh my, like what this means is we're getting new miners in, but there's also a lot less miners around, so this will attract new people back to crypto. They will dig up their old graphics cards as they're getting a bigger profit. Further negative adjustment continued with a 5% drop on June 13 and a massive 28% decline on July 3rd. The biggest mining difficulty drop on Bitcoin network in the history. So things are obviously happening, but Bitcoin mining difficulty is a measure of how hard it is to mine a Bitcoin block. So what does this mean for Shiba Inu? Bitcoin's continuing mining difficulty declines comes in response to ongoing migration out of China, which is something we talked before, by major crackdown of cryptocurrency mining by local authorities. The ongoing difficulty drop falls in parallel with declining Bitcoin hash rate as well as decreasing average Bitcoin transaction fees. So is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? It's basically declining Bitcoin transaction rate, but it's also decreasing average Bitcoin transaction fee. So hopefully a lot more people start using crypto now. I mean, we can see the average transaction fee dropping even more. So if we check over here, the transaction fee is right now $3.48, 2.37. And at, its peaks, it had crazy transaction fees. Look at this, how much it actually was at the time of its peak. So we can see $64 for a transaction fee for Bitcoin, obviously being very low now. Hopefully more people are going to start trading and coming back in as the transactions fees are getting lower and lower, really. This is something we didn't see before. Before transactions fees were $0 USD. Now people are finally earning. So this is going to incentivize miners to get back in, to finally get more people in. But yeah, this is the peak and this is the drop. So what's really important is the US government is now looking at stablecoins, and with Shiba Inu getting its own stablecoin, I don't think a lot of people are talking about this, but Bitcoin continues its recovery from the China mining debacle, but price action remains delicate in a low volume market. So not a lot of people are neither trading Shib. I mean, it's still getting $300 million of trades per day, but if we check over here, dollar sees strength as stock advance. Like, stocks are going strong, and while crypto might be going down, stocks are still super strong. It probably will be for a long time because they're backed by the government. Crypto, Shiba Inu, Bitcoin, all of these, whatever you're holding, if you're holding either a Dogecoin or if you're holding an NFT coin, these coins are not backed by the US government just yet, except El Salvador, which is, really our friend and all, because in September, perhaps El Salvador will boost the economy by allowing everyone to use Bitcoin. That's a lot of people using Bitcoin. But getting back to it, the US dollar is now strong. Before we saw an inflation, but the US dollar actually corrected itself. Nobody was expecting this. Somehow the US dollar has corrected, and actions by another bank, namely the US Federal Reserve, may be more important this week. A working group on stablecoin will get the attention of Treasury Secretary, which is conceived with the goal of intra-agency work. So if they do support stablecoins, which is another big thing, Shiba Inu is going to get its own Shi stablecoin, which will be 1 cent in the future as they make their own blockchain. They're working on this. As you're watching this video, there's probably a developer out there coding a new program, or multiple coders working and developing Shiba Inu. But weekly candle raises risk of 29,000 drop. We could be seeing another drop. Difficulty beats expectations, and we can see in contracts to price, Bitcoin's network fundamental continue to march back to strength after unprecedented events of May and June. And the network hash rate still holding above its local law of 83 exahashes, and we can see the difficulty has dropped. Funding rates, however, stay cool. So it's Cointelegraph reported large whales appear alone in being apt to sell at the current level, with other investor profiles convertly buying IPs of the supply. And there's still people buying in, the dips. They're buying into Shiba Inu. They're buying in the dips. They're just not buying those large amounts yet to see a huge volume. In terms of volume, a 30,000 Bitcoin is particularly uninteresting, Both future and PayPal volumes have decreased significantly. Nobody wants Bitcoin for 30,000. But nobody wants to take that risk for Bitcoin to go back to 60,000. But if Bitcoin was 10,000, I can guarantee you big institutions would buy the second it goes to 10,000. Like, it would completely shoot back up. Because simply put, they would be pumping so much. But at 30,000, they're just waiting for Bitcoin to drop more. And we're in this dry area where Shiba Inu can't go either up or down. I don't know if that is good or bad. I think that's pretty good, actually, because now more coins are being staked more than ever. And we're getting that precious time for updates. We're getting that precious time for development. But at 30,000 for Bitcoin, and neither going up or down, I think it's a very important thing to know that things are beginning to happen, but at a slow pace. So people have been asking about the prices. People have been asking, that Shiba Inu is a dead project. That's not true. while it's stable right now, while there's not much interest in Bitcoin, there's not much interest in Shiba Inu, that movement could definitely happen. But if famous Bitfinex shorts unwind, and the weekend's price action was accompanied by fluctuating bets among large investors, short positions on Bitfinex, a driver of short-term volatility as witnessed through the past weeks, ebbed and flowed, and we can see shorts unwinding. And on Monday, shorts were decreasing further as the market waited for cues in general duration. So we can see over here that, you know, we basically have a knot right now. We have some sort of a rope and we have to untie it. That's the main thing we have to consider when looking at the Shiba Inu market. You know, the Shiba Inu market, simply put, it still has the big whales in here. The big whales are always buying, always will be. Even at the current dip for Shiba Inu crashing, I don't think Shiba Inu is going anywhere. Even if it drops, you know, half its price, and even there's still going to be a strong community. Simply put, because there's so many members in Shiba Inu right now. There's so many holders taking the coin. It's almost impossible to have a certain price point. So yes, it can go down even lower as whales begin to sell and sell Shiba Inu more. But what they miss out on is someone will buy those coins in the end. You know, even when there's a big sell-off going on, people are still buying those coins at a discounted price. And at some point, what goes down usually goes up if there's enough interest. So as long as there's interest in Shiba Inu, and Shiba Inu is still one of the most talked about coins, we're still going to be seeing Shiba Inu pretty strong. Until next time, thank you so much for dropping a like and checking out Webull, my Patreon, and everything else. For more exclusive content, be sure to subscribe. Peace, everyone.